Hey everyone, today I have a short little video coming out covering today's patch. I normally don't do King Arthur videos on Monday, but the patch is out today, so I'm going to cover it just like I did all the other ones. So, surprise. But for today's patch, it's nothing huge, it's a small one. It's just a sort of bug fix patch, mostly focusing on patching bugs, technical issues, that sort of thing. But there is a couple other little things in there as well I thought I'd cover, maybe give my 2 cents on. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Starting at the top, they have a quality of life section. And the first item here, the number of Spire Shards collected in missions will now be displayed on the reward screen. I'll be honest, I thought it did this already, but I do recall it sort of not always showing correctly, maybe, so maybe that's what it's referencing. Or maybe I'm just insane and it didn't actually. So, who knows? When you create an illusion using Merlin's illusion skill, it now gets its own portrait. I mean, that's cool. I've actually seen the art for the Merlin illusion, the actual art they used for it. It's really cool. I think that's a really cool paying attention to detail. They could have just done some really weak art, but it's actually like a proper portrait. So I like that. It shows they're putting effort into the details of the game. This one sounds like it was more of a bug fix rather than quality of life, but now to get achievements, you actually have to complete the mission. You can't fail the mission. This is just, I guess, to avoid people from kind of cheesing achievements a little bit, where you just throw in some crap party, then they die, you get the achievement, and then that's it. I mean, I think that's fair. The point of achievements is that you actually achieved something, right? So if you just throw in something and fail, did you really deserve to earn it? It's kind of a small thing. I doubt this will make anything really much harder at all to earn. They did add the ice tag to Ice Wall and Ice Shield, and that's really cool because there are a number of bonuses to ice skills through things like Master of Ice and some other skills or gear. So now Ice Wall can benefit from this. Ice Shield, I don't think there's a lot of interactions it'll gain from this, but Ice Wall is a huge one. They also fixed some of the language problems that the game had and localization. So now, if you're not playing in English, hopefully the game will run a lot smoother for you. Obviously, I'm an English player, so I don't know how much these two items here, how big of a difference is going to be now. And the last one is just kind of funny. When the bigger font checkbox is on, the font sizes are significantly bigger now. So I'm sure some players may be a little harder of eyesight, so this is cool for them. The big one, though, obviously, with the stuff I cover, has a lot to do with builds and character interactions and abilities and that kind of stuff. So balance. There was one little balance change they snuck in, and I feel like I may have had something to do with this and the infinite combo I posted somewhat recently. But on kill enchant effects will no longer work with illusion, ice wall, or bone wall. So now basically the biggest thing is champions can no longer get AP on kill from doing an Earthshaker and killing an entire line of ice walls. I know that was a somewhat relevant strategy, and some players may be upset by this, and I get it. It was a powerful combo, but just speaking for myself personally, I'm glad. I purposefully avoided this strategy because it felt very cheesy. It felt kind of exploitive to me. Like, this maybe wasn't intended, but then the devs saw people were using it and they didn't really see the issue with it. But there is an issue with it because you can create infinite combos with this interaction here. And obviously, I don't think anyone will really support an infinite combo because then it trivializes the entire game. Sorry if you're one of the players that was relying on this strategy and you're upset by this. Personally, I think it's something that should have been done a while ago. I was never a fan of this. It didn't feel very engaging to me and just kind of felt like an exploit, just going to be honest. Now, if we scroll down, the main thing, the bug fix, this is the main focus of the patch. There is a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. So I'm not going to go through everything here, but I will point to a couple of the major ones, I think. With fixed skills, this is not a whole lot of major things in here. A lot of the skills were alright. There were some minor bugs that some of you may have noticed that I did as well. One of the biggest ones is going to be this one here, the Unbind upgrade on your Inspire. Now, previously it removed debuffs, but when those debuffs were initially applied, you would still lose AP. Like if someone stunned you, but you had high enough resistance, you would only lose half your AP to the stun. Well, if you cast Inspire and fix the stun, you wouldn't get the AP back. Now you do. So this upgrade now is much stronger, working how it should be. This is a big one. This is great. Another awesome one here is with Ice Shield. Now it does block certain skills it didn't before that it was supposed to, such as the charge from Taint Hogs and the Beastman strike ability. So this is good, just extra protection for your Ice Shield users. And the last one I'm going to cover from this section here is going to be fixing Lady Boudicca's Extended Flurry and Zestful Flurry Mastery. There was a problem where she wouldn't get AP back on kill with Flurry in some cases. Now she will, so that's pretty important. And now the Extended Flurry, some players weren't able to target a third target. I think most players. And now she can. So this is obviously a huge fix to this skill where before it was probably not worth taking because of the bugs. And now it should work as it should. And now it's a pretty good skill. Okay, I lied before. One last one. There was a bug where you could get infinite range on your Chain Lightning skill if you would cast it and then cancel. You would now be able to recast it starting from the last target you sort of picked. I may not be explaining it fully right. Where basically you could hit anyone with Chain Lightning. As cool as that is, definitely broken, so they did fix that. Moving it down to the miscellaneous section, obviously there was a lot of issues that were causing some players to crash. They didn't detail all of that, but they did fix a lot of crash issues, so I'm hoping a lot of players out there now will have smoother experiences playing the game. A lot of the other stuff in here is sort of just fixing some missions where fights maybe broke, certain interactions broke. There's a lot of stuff in there. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail for that, but one of the big ones I think here is fixing the Fomorian Slayer challenge. This challenge was completely unobtainable before. You would just cap out at like 8 out of 20 or something like that and just never go beyond that. So now hopefully people can get that Fomorian essence, get that damage bonus, which is a big deal given that the season is focused on Fomorians. The last section here, I'm sure a big deal for those controller players out here. They couldn't use potions with the controller, and I remember trying to help some people with this, and it just wouldn't work. So you can use potion now, and that's obviously a huge deal. And there's just some other issues that controller players had to deal with, so hopefully this will cover everything. Knowing how games work, it probably won't, but some of these were pretty big for some players out there, so I'm glad to see this got fixed. Such as, targetable skill mechanism. You can now cast it without having to target the maximum number. So something like Chain Lightning before, it can target up to 4 enemies, right? Well, if there's only 3 on the battlefield or 2, you wouldn't be able to cast Chain Lightning at all. Now you can, so that's a big deal. You can actually use attacks now, even if you're not hitting the maximum number. So I am really glad to see these changes got updated for our controller players. And that's it for this video. It's a short one. Like I said, there isn't a whole lot in this patch they put out. It's mostly bug fix stuff, and I'm not going to go line by line. That's boring and tedious. If you want to know all the details for yourself specifically, you can go ahead and just pause the video on the screen here with the different sections up. So there you go. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.